Jiu Jitsu flow, kettlebell flow, animal flow, body weight flows. Everybody wants the flow. Everybody wants to discuss the flow. But today I want to talk about something that I consider actually more important than the flow. I think we're focusing on the wrong area. What I consider more important than the flow is structure. Hear me out. I know it's not as sexy as talking about the flows. I think flow is considered maybe more artistic, more expressive, and talking about structure may be a little bit more scientific. It doesn't get the love that it deserves. But hear me out. It's the structure that determines and influences the flow. Structure determines and influences your flow. I want you to think about any natural element. It could be wind, it could be water. Water naturally moves around structure. Wind, walk through Manhattan once, the wind naturally moves around the buildings. They look for the path of least resistance. Wind, water, look for the path of least resistance. They are looking for efficiency. And that efficiency comes from having an existing structure in place. And by the way, structure is just, it could be a synonym for curriculum. It could be a synonym for routine. It could be a synonym for ritual. It doesn't necessarily mean like a physical structure. It is a metaphysical structure as well. Curriculum is a beautiful word, right? So structure helps you develop the path of least resistance. It helps you develop efficiency, right? The cool thing about structure also is that it determines the flow, but that it can also change the flow if you're not happy with the direction that you're moving. If your game just isn't flowing well, if your practice just isn't going in the direction that you want, you can take steps to adjust the structure, to modify that structure. And by modifying that structure, that curriculum, that design, you actually re-engineer the flow. Cool? So just spend some time thinking about meditating. Actually get out a pen and paper and think about the structures of your life. Think about how maybe you could design the structures a little bit better to help you flow a little bit more. And it could be in a lifestyle type of idea, but it could definitely be within your jiu-jitsu practice or your physical training practice as well. Structure. Go back to the structure to influence the flow.